Alright, now the story for Dead Island. There really isn't much of a story for Dead Island, to be honest, but I'll explain it anyway. The story here is you pick one of four main characters. It doesn't matter who you pick because they don't really have much of a personality anyway. You just pick one, each one has their own unique thing about them, but you pick one of four, and right in the beginning you just wake up out of nowhere in a hotel to find that the island that you were on, called Bono or Bonet, I can't pronounce it, is attacked by zombies mysteriously. And of course, you are immune to this virus, and the thing you have to do, help people around the island and get off yourself. That's pretty much all you get here. There's no real big thing about the story. It's just that. So that's really the story. It's very, very cliched and passable at best, and it's not all that great. It really isn't. So yeah, let's go on to the sound. Alright, now the sound in Dead Island. The sound in Dead Island is a huge part of the game, I will say right here, because of the sound design. The sound design in this game is pretty much your warning when zombies are coming to get you, because you do not have a map that tells you where all these zombies are. So you need to know where they are by the sound. You have to hear them behind you, hear them somewhere else. It pretty much gives you a warning when there's zombies. And it's a big, big part of the game. It really helps you a lot. So the sound design in this game is fantastic. Now the voice acting is pretty cheesy, but it's not terrible. It's actually passable, I would say. There's some voice acting that's actually good here and there, but some of it's cheesy and the writing's not all that great either. And the soundtrack, I would say, is forgettable except for one song, that that intro song, "Hoodoo You Voodoo Bitch." Hell yeah, that's a great song. But for the most part, the soundtrack's not all that great either, and the voice acting's pretty cheesy. But for the sound design is great in this game. So sound, I would actually say, is good after evaluating all the stuff in the sound. So anyway, let's go on to the graphics. Alright, now the graphics for Dead Island. For the most part, the game itself looks great, but the graphics really take a hit because of the clipping, texture loading problems, and of course the glitches in the game, which really bog down the graphics. But when these problems aren't present in the game itself looks beautiful. The island itself looks very, very lush and vibrant, and the character models for the most part look very good, especially the zombies. The zombies in the game look great. I love how when you hit a zombie, parts of their body and even skin will just rip off and tear off. And I mean, that might sound kind of morbid, but I still think it's really cool to see some really cool gore effects here and there and just splash around the environment. I myself can look over some of these problems, but I know many people will. I love just ripping apart zombies and just looking at a lush environment while doing it. Sure, there is some problems, but for the most part, I do think the graphics are great in this game, so that's my opinion. Anyway, let's go on to the gameplay. Alright, now the gameplay in Dead Island is a mixture of Borderlands with Fallout and a little bit of Left 4 Dead, which many people have already been comparing it to anyway. Of course, that means the game is a open world RPG with a variety of missions and side missions you can do, tons and tons of different weapons you can use, and of course, that means you can also kill zombies. Because this is a RPG, you can also level up your character by completing missions or by, of course, killing zombies. When you level up, you actually get skill points, which you can use to upgrade your character's skill tree, which includes combat, survival, and whatever other special skill you have. Whatever character you pick, you can actually do a different, like, special skill, like Fury, or like just a berserker mode, which you could just kill a whole bunch of zombies with, and you can upgrade all those skills. Besides XP, you will also acquire money throughout the game, which you can actually use to buy better weapons from vendors around the island, or you can actually upgrade your weapons, repair your weapons when they're becoming dull and worn out, or add a mod like fire or lightning, which you can acquire throughout the game from missions and stuff, to add to a weapon at a workbench that is throughout there's a bunch of workbenches throughout the island. And yes, that means you can add lightning to a machete. That's right. Yes, a lightning machete. That's awesome. For most of the game, you will be doing melee combat, which in my opinion is extremely fun and really easy to control, and even more important, extremely addicting, because you could just go around hitting the crap out of zombies for hours and it's still awesome and fun just to chop their arms off and just beat the living crap out of them. It really is. Sounds morbid, but still, it really is. Later on in the game, though, you actually acquire guns, which actually feel awesome to get because it's really long into the game, and it's like, man, I've been beating the crap out of zombies for so long, now I actually have a ranged weapon, so it actually feels really cool to get one. The controls themselves feel like any other FPS out there, but they're good. The guns in the game are good, but for most part, the game is melee, and the melee is awesome in this game. Now we're talking about the multiplayer. The whole game can be played with up to 3 other friends in either System Link or online co-op. This makes a already fun game even more fun to play. The co-op is sure, I mean sure, to add a lot, and I mean a lot, of replay value to a game that already is about 30 to 40 hours long if you do all the side missions. It's no secret by now that I love this game. It's a very long and extremely fun single player game, and it gets even more fun when you play multiplayer. Even though the story isn't great and the sound and the graphics have their share of problems, I still think this is easily worth your $60. There you go, there's my review. I think this is a fantastic game. Go and get it because you will have extreme amounts of fun. Extreme! So anyway, there's my review, and here's my score. Thank you and bye.